do have a lot of theft happening in the city without much, the police can do because their hands are tied.
The three men accused of stealing from Lola Saratoga in court today as local police partner with the FBI to prevent crimes involving retail theft.
Once a bear realizes that there's an easily accessible food source, it's very difficult to deter that bear from returning to that food source in the future.
And the DEC euthanizing a bear and two cubs for aggressive behavior. What officials say caused that behavior and how you can prevent it from happening in the future.
How much is too much solar? That's what one Fulton County municipality is debating as we speak. As a moratorium is set to end at the end of August, we take you to the debate tonight.
CBS 6 News starts now.
Good evening. We start now with the weather. There is one very strong, very severe thunderstorm out there right now.
Yeah, we can see the skies kind of getting dark out there over Saratoga Springs.
Streets wet, too.
Yeah, let's send things over to Chief Meteorologist Steve LaPointe for a check of that forecast. Steve.
All right, this storm is now just south of Saratoga.
All right, thank you, Steve. Team coverage tonight is the three men accused of stealing $35,000 worth of designer handbags from Lola Saratoga on Saturday appeared in court this morning.
All are from Washington, D.C. and have extensive arrest records and were released after their arraignment on Saturday. First, we send things over to Ashley Kusakonki, who was live in the Spa City with the latest on court this morning. Ashley. Cases are investigated and prosecuted. Saratoga Springs police have a long-lasting relationship with the FBI. Now the partnership going one step further by finalizing a collaboration with one of the FBI's task forces, all for keeping streets safer. CBS 6's Emma Quinn joining us now live from City Hall with more. Emma. As renewable energy has become more common to align with the state's climate goals, so have the challenges in getting projects off the ground. On Wednesday, we showed you why one person in Fulton County wants to host community solar energy on his property, but that proposal has come to a halt. Tonight, CBS 6's Tom Eschen speaks with officials to tell us why.
As you're driving on Route 20.
Still to come here at 5, arrests made in connection to the death of Friend Star and Berkshire County native Matthew Perry. Why two doctors and his assistant are among those charged.
Also coming up in sports tonight, the New York Mets have some day game action. Could the Mets claim the series over Oakland? It was a back-and-forth battle. We'll have the final score for you coming up.
Vice presidential candidates Tim Walz and J.D. Vance agreeing to a debate this fall.
Yeah, the debate will air right here on CBS on October 1st. CBS News posted a debate invitation on social media yesterday, offering the candidates 4 potential dates. Walz accepted on Wednesday, posting, "See you on October 1, J.D." On Thursday, Vance also committed to meet after initially saying he wanted to look through the debate rules with CBS first. Vance also said he has accepted CNN's debate invitation for September.
5 people, including 2 doctors, a live-in assistant, and a woman authorities identify as a major drug dealer known as the Ketamine Queen, have been arrested for the ketamine overdose of actor and Berkshire County native Matthew Perry. Perry was found dead, face down in his hot tub last October. Authorities say the suspects conspired to falsely prescribe, sell, and inject Perry with large amounts of ketamine after he relapsed into drug addiction last fall. The U.S. attorney says the 54-year-old turned to the suspects who sold him large quantities of ketamine for large sums of money after seeking legitimate treatment for anxiety and depression. If convicted, some of these suspects face up to life in prison. Officials say so far, 4 of the 5 defendants have asked to enter into plea agreements.
RGB.
Sports is next, but first, here's a look at what's ahead at 5:30.
Driving getting more high-tech with more autonomous vehicles hitting the roads. We take a look at what that could mean for your safety.
Some Americans feel they need to rely on side hustles to make ends meet. I'm Christian Benavides with the new app, connecting gig workers with clients.
All right, thank you, AJ. Thank you for joining us here for CBS 6 News at 5.
And here's a look at what's ahead at 5:30.
The president of
CBS 6 News starts now.
First at 5:30, your top stories and weather headlines. Here's what you need to know. The 3 men from Washington, D.C. charged in connection with Lola Saratoga's burglary on Saturday appearing in court this morning.
And the judge granting a full order of protection for those suspects to stay away from the store and the business owner. But again, bail was not set by the judge, with the district attorney's office citing the state's bail reform laws.
Vice presidential candidates Tim Walz and J.D. Vance have agreed to a debate this fall. The debate will air right here on CBS on October 1st. CBS News posted a debate invitation on social media yesterday.
5 people, including 2 doctors, a live-in assistant, and a woman authorities identify as a major drug dealer known as the Ketamine Queen, have been arrested for the ketamine overdose of actor Matthew Perry. The Friend star was found dead, face down in his hot tub last October. In-depth coverage on all these stories online. Just head to CBS6Albany.com.
And a strong thunder.
A rally held today in downtown Albany following National Grid's decision to raise rates. It's a decision the company is defending tonight. CBS 6's Sam Israel takes us to the scene.
What do we want? Stop the rate.
Another Ivy League president stepping down from her position following demonstrations by students and faculty frustrated with the ongoing war in Gaza between Israel and Hamas. National correspondent Kayla Gaskins reports from Washington. Meantime, Google's threat analysis group says Iranian-backed hackers are targeting Israel with phishing campaigns. They're also going after accounts tied to the presidential election here in the U.S. Google notes that Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard is focusing on high-profile users in Israel and the U.S., including political campaigns and former government officials. This as Iran weighs a strike against Israel after one of its top leaders was killed. The Pan Mass Challenge is a Massachusetts-based bike-a-thon that raises money for cancer research. And as of this month, following the latest ride, the organization has surpassed more than $1 billion in donations. Billy Starr founded the event 45 years ago in tribute to his mother, who died from cancer. All the money goes to the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute, which has funded more than half of all the cancer drugs approved by the FDA in the past 5 years.
The winner is all of us. You can bike as small as 25 miles or as long as 220 miles, but you're going to participate on a bicycle.
Just to show how quickly this event has grown, that first ride raised about $10,000. Now it regularly brings in more than $70 million each year. Well, still to come and all new at 5:30, an increase in self-driving vehicles.
Why they're becoming more common and the safety concerns behind them.
And a wrongful death lawsuit filed by a New York man against Walt Disney Company. Why Disney is arguing the suit should be dropped.
And some Americans feel they need to rely on side hustles to make ends meet. Details of the new app helping connect gig workers with clients.
Getting where you need to go is becoming more high-tech every day. In a handful of cities around the country, you can already take a robo-taxi with no driver.
And testing for so-called autonomous vehicles right on public roads is expanding fast. So what does it mean for your safety? Here's Spotlight on America's Angie Moreski.
The future is here.
All right, Steve, thank you. Coming up at 6 tonight on CBS 6, suspects charged with the latest burglary appearing in court today.
What a judge says they cannot do while still out on bail.
Plus details on the newest FBI and Saratoga Springs police collaboration, how a new task force looks to keep streets safer. A New York man suing Disney for the wrongful death of his wife facing a new hurdle.
Disney trying to get it thrown out of court because the plaintiff, Jeffrey Piccolo, signed up for a Disney Plus 1-month trial years earlier. Lawyers argue the fine print for the streaming service states any disputes must be settled out of court. Piccolo's wife allegedly had a deadly allergic reaction from eating at a Disney World restaurant last year. The family plans to fight Disney's dismissal motion at a hearing October 2nd. Her best friend says they need their day in court to get answers. The case could have implications for anyone who has ever signed a user agreement. Years of inflation as millions of Americans struggling to make ends meet, many now turning to side hustles.
Christian Benavides looks at some apps focused on connecting those in need of extra cash with work they can do to earn it.
Well, today is National Relaxation Day, the annual day to focus on yourself, whether it's work, inflation, politics, or families. We are always on the go, but taking time away, it's key to reducing stress.
A new survey by the Harris Poll reveals 2/3 of Americans feel guilty about taking time off. But on the other hand, 90% believe laziness is a form of self-care. Experts say taking intentional moments of laziness isn't always a negative. It can be good for the body and spirit.
So if you can wrap your head around the benefits of leisure, there are so many, including decreased inflammation in the body. And that is sort of the precursor to all the different conditions, chronic physical conditions.
Take 5 to 10-minute breaks throughout the day and slip into a moment of leisure on a yoga mat, throw pillow, or recliner.
And the doctor, speaking of recliners, was in a Lazy Boy.
Yeah,
so
very nice. Still to come tonight, part 2 to a story we first brought you yesterday.
Yeah, why a proposed community solar energy project has come to a halt. Greg Floyd is up next.